What's up, ladies and guys, girls, everybody? Welcome to this fine June 6th day. Uh, just waking up, have not shaved, hair oily, in a mess, just a mess again, as I always am when I wake up on the weekend after a long work week. Fridays are actually typically my day off. I get 3 days off. I'm not a part timer. I just do long hours. So, yeah, I get typically I work 4 days and I'm off 3 days. So I'm usually working 10-hour days, and that's just how I roll. So Fridays are usually my day off, but I like to reserve that for family time. If you follow Sasha J, or just Sasha, she is more of a we have like a little schedule set up between us all. So her schedule is Wednesdays and Thursdays. That's when she gets to film and / edit, or whatever, just all film. And then if she needs to edit, she can do it on the weekends and the time like today, where I'm just pretty much doing this as far as the morning. I was like, if I use my phone, the device that I use to go over the mail, to go over the news, to do my every morning day bullshit, why don't I just stream it? Because the genuine reaction can be, if I find something that's crazy, why not share that reaction with everybody, right? Why not have that kind of mentality? So, there's that. Oh, I gotta check this shirt out, guys. Periodic table of Super Mario. So, bada bing. Kind of fits my overall narrative too, where I'm neodymium, where I'm down here, right where Larry is. Mike Lowry. But neodymium, neo-defective, Larry. So that's pretty much that, guys. Like, that's just the reason that I'm pretty much getting up every day and getting ready to stream. It's just it makes all the sense, right? It makes all the sense to get up and have my morning coffee, share it with you guys, and do my spiel all the time. At least that's just, I think it's better. I think it's just better. Oi, that's me dropping my shit. So, yeah, there's that. Well, all right. And as far as the news goes, you know what? We're just gonna have to jump into it. So if you haven't been here before, then no worries. Just welcome to the stream, welcome to the channel, all that good stuff. So what's up, everybody? 'Tis I, Neo Defective, sharing my morning coffee with you each and every weekend day, going over the goings on. If you can't catch me live here on twitch.tv/Neo Defective, you can go to YouTube, search up Neo Defective, and you can find this video posted either the same day or the next day because of technical difficulties or just me being lazy. But this day, we're talking about asteroids. So last week we were talking about what was it? Last week we had SpaceX, right? Super huge, big deal. Potential first colonists on Mars, and it was something. It was definitely an experience, and I'm glad it happened. I'm glad a lot of people saw it. Like, millions of people tuned in. It wasn't just a thing for Americans. It was a thing for the human race as a species, advancing our technology and colonizing. So, yeah, there's that. So I figured, why not bring back the same cup, the Death Star? Because you know what? We got potential asteroids heading our way. There's supposedly 3. The big problem I have now is that we don't know when these 3 are going to come. I mean, if anybody knows what time we should be able to see them, I would like to know, because as far as I know, there is no time. You know what I got to do too? The same thing that I fucking do every goddamn time when I go live. The same freaking thing. I got to change up the freaking title. That's what I got to do. So let's go do that. But yeah, so NASA, what was that? NASA's monitoring an asteroid that may be as large as the Empire State Building. And this is from CBS News, just so you guys know. I'm not taking anybody's credit. I'm just reading the everyday bullshit that I would have read anyway in the morning without you guys being around. you're like, yeah, I was just going to say that. Yep, see? Effing up, as always, since I've been back. I used to not do that, but now that I'm back, it's become like a new shit that I've been doing for some reason. I don't know why I haven't been editing my things correctly. All right, morning coffee. What are we gonna call this? I'll just call it morning cafe. Asteroids. This is like asteroid curfew. No more curfew. Which is not necessarily something to celebrate. It's just something to, probably get off our chest. No more curfew isn't exactly something that we can be like, yeah, no more curfew. It's been lifted. It's not even like that. Holy crap. For some reason, I can't spell curfew. I'm having a moment. There we go. You know what? Autocorrect. All day, every day. Wow. And NBA is back. NBA is back, y'all. UFC. And, of course, UFC. UFC's been back. They kind of established. It's pretty much because of the UFC that sports are coming back, which I think is fucking cool. I think that's super fucking cool. All right, so what are we doing today? What's going on? Asteroid, right? We got an asteroid. Maybe make sure this is the right one. Is this the right one? Oops. There's a zoom. Oh my god. All right. Asteroid may be the size of the Empire State Building. All right. This is June 4th, 2020. Okay, yeah, this is definitely it. You said, oh, I didn't know that the NBA is back. I learned something new. Exactly. See, that's what we're here for. I just, you know what I mean? Like, I'm getting ready to start the stream, and all of a sudden I see the NBA is back on my phone. It says NBA back. I was like, yes, yes. And those are the kind of reactions I would love to share with you guys. Genuine reactions. It's too bad my fucking phone got to me first. Because I was gonna go to ESPN. I was gonna go to ESPN.com and look this shit up. And baseball's still trying to work their way in, but who knows? That's a hell nother story for another day. All right. 250 to 570 meters. It's 820 to 1,870 feet in diameter. It's fucking massive. But how close is it going to come? That's what we want to know, right? Supposedly there's going to be 3. There are 20,000 near-Earth asteroids, and they do occasionally make an appearance in 2013. One slammed into Russia, injuring 1,600 people. I remember that there was an asteroid that happened in Russia that exploded before it impacted, and it like shattered windows. Like there was videos of it. People like you could see the lighting of it when it was burning, and you can see the thing just blowing up. Like there was images. There's images of that still, so you can look that up. That is crazy stuff. Oh, I was like, please don't be a dildo. Yeah, I wasn't sure what I was about to get into right there. I was like, woo. We're going into the dark webs, guys. We're about to go into the dark webs. I'm not trying to see that shit. All right. So, okay, that's not a good place to look. Let's go to asteroid headed near Earth this weekend. That's 22 hours ago. Let's get something that's more up to date. So this asteroid's name is 163348 or 2002 NN4. Sure. What you doing, girl? Close. That's still so 3.2 million miles from Earth. That's still 13 times further from our home than the moon. Okay, so it's not even fucking close. Oh, here we go. Asteroid 2002. This is the right one, right? Again, you never know with these things. This is Fox Business. Yeah, this is okay. This was just published. Asteroid 2002 NN4 will safely pass by Earth on June 6th over 13 lunar distances, 13 times the distance of the moon from the Earth, or approximately 3.2 million miles. All known near Earth objects, NEOs. Close approaches may be found here. Close approaches may be found here. All right. Strawberry moon. Oh, yeah. I feel like I just saw a strawberry moon. Like, that thing was red. It was big. It was bulging. It was bulbous. This is the biggest moon I've seen in a long time. Come on. Here's the viddy. Let me do it. Do it. Oh, speaking of that.
Sure. Principal is a financial company.
Oh, wow. Fucking ads. So there's Earth. Whoa. Damn. I didn't know it was going to be that close. Holy shit balls.
Do it.
That thing is super close.
Do it.
Crapola. That's scary. So I'm sure we can see it, but we're probably going to have some powerful telescopes or like home telescopes to be able to see these things. Size of a football field. So it's pretty massive. If it was to hit us, it'd do some... that's pretty much game over. Game, set, match. GG's, Asteroid. You know what I mean? That's what's going to happen there. It takes about 300 days for it to orbit the sun, traveling an average speed of less than 20 miles an hour. Takes 300 days for it to orbit the sun. Oh, it's not gonna hit us, so that's fucking good. It's classified as an A10 class asteroid, which is the designation for space rocks with orbits that could put it near Earth, according to the website. There are more than 1,600 A10. I hope I'm saying that right. A10 class asteroids being tracked. I just said it differently just to do it. NN4 is expected to pass near Earth 30 times in the next several decades, according to the website. So we're gonna be brushing in close with this rock crapper. Look at this jacked broad right here, dude. Holy crap, she's handsome. Look at those cheekbones, man. If that's not work, and if that's like hard work and dedication and not surgery work, I commend you. But yeah, you don't want to go down that path. You don't want to go too low. That's the dark webs, guys. You don't want to get there, okay? That's scary. All right, moving on. So now we know this morning there's going to be a crazy-ass asteroid. Nobody knows what time it's going to be. If somebody knows what time that piece of shit is going to swirl around us and we might be able to get an actual visual, let me know. I would love to know. I want to see this thing. I'd love to show my kiddo and show him what's going on with that. All right, what do we got? Oh, ESPN. Oh, yeah, so I think today's the first official day, too, that curfew has been lifted over here in my county, which is Los Angeles County. Again, and that goes over another situation, another scenario that is kind of weird, right? So nobody posted. Like, if your business is an influencer business, if you are supposed to, like, if you make all your money on the internets, on the webs, by promoting your content, putting out content, YouTube or Instagram, whatever, right? And you had to do and you shared in the Black Lives Matter movement by going dark. I salute you. I did it. I mean, I don't make all my money here at all. Not even close, right? Like, my money's made at work. So I would love to make money over here, but that's another story for another day. Cross that bridge when we get there, probably years from now. So the situation is, if you did, when is it okay to post after that situation? There's a gentleman right now that's an influencer, and he's huge, right? His name is Benji. I don't know his last name, but I know my girl follows him quite religiously, and he's doing a live stream right now talking about that. And he is basically going over the situation of when is it okay after something like this, an event like this that occurs that is worldwide. I mean, coronavirus is a pandemic, right? And racism is not a pandemic. That's everywhere, every day, every minute, in your workspace, in the shitter, at the library. It's everywhere. And even as from America, me being American, and my mom being Mexican American, my dad being, born to Finnish and Irish parents, their parents being from Finland and Ireland. Even though with all that, I still feel more American than your average person. Like say if an Indian was born here like his parents were from India, they're immigrants from India, and he was born here. I'm sure he would feel just as American as I do. And the situation that I'm trying to say is that you understand racism when you're a person of color or even off-colored, and compared to and how you're dealt with in situations with police and things like that. Like when I was growing up, social media wasn't at the level that it's at now. So I'm the generation just before that, so 1980s to 1990s, where not everything was getting filmed the way it is now, right? Like being a cop is a hard fucking job. But so I understood, because again, mother being Hispanic, I do kind of look Hispanic from time to time, depending on how I'm dressed. If I'm at a Dodger game, trust me, I look Hispanic, right? Like you don't want to. I once got arrested having my I got a DUI coming back from a Dodgers game. All right, let me talk about this. I got a DUI back in 2012, and at that time I was 24. I want to say 24, and I had my Dodger socks, my lucky Dodger socks. They're plaid. They have a big old LA on them, LA symbol. And I had those kicked up all the way to my knees because they're super long socks. They're old man socks. They're golf socks. And I had my oversized Dodger jersey. I don't wear a lot of oversized anything, but that's just how jerseys come. They're made for dudes that are 6'5". I'm not 6'5". I'm 6 feet. And I also had my Dickies shorts. Now, these Dickies shorts I use for work. I only wear Dickies for work, but I had all that on. So immediately I'm getting stereotyped by the police. Like they pulled me over 3 times, and the third time was the charm. I got arrested because they actually did a sobriety test on me, and I was not sober. Not 100%. I blew the limit, which is 0.08. But anyways, I dealt with that kind of racism at that time. Just how I was dressed. And I wasn't looking white. I've had the white privilege of looking white without my hat and everything like that. And skirting away from things where either some African American fellows or some Hispanic fellows are getting harassed right down the street, and the cop won't even look at me. You know what I mean? Like the police won't even look in my direction because I looked white at that. Depending on how I am. And I'm not condemning police. I'm just saying that I'm aware of the racism that goes into this. And when is it okay to post and not be insensitive? When is it okay to go about your business, back to business, after a situation like this, after a crazy thing happens like this? And it's not crazy in the sense of, that never happens. This is crazy as the entire world took notice of George Floyd's death. Okay, we all saw him lose his life. I participated in blackout. I didn't go. I wasn't marching. I'm not. You know what I mean? I got a family. I can't. It's just not me. There was a lot of white people at these rallies, these protests. There was almost more white people than there was Hispanics and African Americans. And it was beautiful to see people listening and protesting correctly. So I think now after George Floyd's funeral is the time where not business as usual, because protests still need to happen. But now we can start kind of going about our lives and talking about it. We had that week where we went dark. You know, us Hispanic people, the whites, we all went dark, right? For Black Lives Matter. When we listened, we used our ears, not our mouths. And now, at this time, we can discuss those situations. I think now is the time when it's back to business. Go back to making your money, boo-boo. And we can discuss this now, right? Again, my favorite sport is a pretty much black-dominated sport. And it's the NBA. I love the NBA. Los Angeles Clippers, bro. All day, every day. And, you know, they have some of the biggest platforms to talk about the situation, because they are, and not only that, they are more ingrained with the way things are in society, being African-American brothers and sisters. They understand police racism and systemic racism more than your typical person does. So it's definitely a time, though, when sports start coming back, when, you know, fucking asteroids are about to hit us, when SpaceX is going on, that we can kind of come back to a sense of normality. It's slowly and surely, and that's the way I think it's supposed to do. Like, these are good things to happen, and we're all making progress as the human race goes. You know, always going to be racism. America was born on racism. It was born on. There's always gonna be racism in America. Is all I'm saying. Like, you can't stop that. You can't stop that anywhere. But I think the next generations to come are gonna have a better upbringing. Assuming COVID-19 fucking passes and we're not all wearing stupid ass masks, but our kids are gonna have a better upbringing if that's not going on than us, because our kids now understand more, or even I'd say that the last generation, the recent generation, is way cool with trans people now. Before, back in my day, you had to be more masculine about it. You couldn't even discuss it, but you can be tolerable about it. So now people now actually can go over that. Like, people now can just accept that. They just accept it. It's just part of everyday life. Like, kids nowadays kids in high school and junior high know if they want to be a woman or a guy. You know what I mean? They know if they want to be that type of person by then, and we just accept them. Not because we can't make fun of them, not because it's not funny. It's, you know, it's a funny situation to be in for sure. It's not cool. It's not cool to make fun of them, and you feel for them. But it is a peculiar situation for them to be in. They're harder than most people. I was just watching a Dave Chappelle stand-up last night with Sasha, and it was funny because he starts talking about trans, and he's like, you know, I believe them more than I believe some other people because they're willing to cut the dick off. Well, don't need this. He's like, if they're willing to cut off their dick, I'm going to believe him way more than somebody else that's lying. If I'm lying, I'm dying. So, yeah, there's that. All right. NBA, guys. Rant over. I don't even know if that was a rant. So, NBA debate, biggest unknowns, best matchups, and new title chase. So, this is weird, man, because this puts everybody in the NBA back at 100%. Like, in a regular season, everybody is going in injured toward the end of the season. Nobody's 100%. Everybody is going to have some kind of crazy injury. They're going to be mentally tired, physically. So now that you're starting the season anew, everybody had a chance to up their game, had a chance to rehydrate, had a chance to get over whatever ailing, or saying nagging ailments that they were going through the season. They've had 3 months now to get over that stuff. So what the hell? Now we're starting this season, and it's going to be the end of the season with the top 22 teams, it says. 22 teams return to play. So not the entire league, just the top teams that were in contention going toward the end of the season It sucks. It sucks for the teams that were gonna that were already tanking somewhat, even if they weren't tanking. But if they were doing poorly, it sucks for them. But now everybody's gonna be at 100. I don't know if that's fair. Like, I don't understand. I don't think that is a fair thing to happen. If everybody's at 100, then it's a whole new playoff situation. Like, you're not playing preseason games. You're just going right into the season, hopefully full NBA shape, like playing to win. I mean, I'm assuming if you were already going title contention, into the end of the season, knowing that the season was probably going to restart for the top teams that were already going to be at that level, that you were going to be able to somehow, like, you had to be in NBA shape. You had to be balling ass shape. So it's so weird that now all these teams, now everybody's going to be at 100% shape. Even the dudes that had these injuries that weren't going to come back, till now, are now coming back 100%, and everybody on the team is going to be 100%. That's so weird. I don't know if I'm okay with that. Like, you understand what I'm saying, guys? Like, I don't know if I'm okay with everybody just magically being at 100% and their season restarting from this point. It makes for a much more interesting end of the season, for sure, because there's not going to be a lot of injuries. All right, so ESPN. What we know and don't know about the NBA's return to play. NBA's plan, most looking forward to answer. Kevin Pelton of ESPN says none of the other details matter if the league is not able to minimize the entry of the novel coronavirus into the campus and prevent it from spreading. Okay, and they're all going to play in one location. They're not going to play at their own venues in their own cities. They're going to play at one location. That's going to be Orlando, Florida, at Disney. So the Board of Governors, the NBA BOG, voted 29-1 to approve the league's format to restart 2019-2020 season in Orlando, Florida. That's crazy, dude. Do you think they should cancel it altogether? How do you think they should handle it? No, I don't think. I'm sure that they're handling it the best way they could. Like, there was no way when you cancel a season or you postpone a season that not everybody's gonna. There's no way that people aren't gonna be in better shape when the season does return. So, and I don't want it to cancel. I didn't want it to cancel because then what was all that work? All these potential matchups the Clippers and the Lakers were the top two teams other than the Milwaukee Bucks. But the Milwaukee Bucks were getting beat by the Miami Heat. Like, Miami Heat actually had a winning record against the top two teams in the NBA. They're the only winning record team to be underdogs. They were built to do upsets. Like, that team, like Jimmy Butler and the other gentlemen that are on that team, they are built for upsets, and they had a winning record against the top teams in the NBA. Not a great record overall, but they could beat any team on any given night. So if they got into the playoffs, and they are in the playoffs, and now that they're 100%, the Greek Freaks at 100%, LeBron James old ass is at 100%, and Kawhi and PG3 and Patrick Beverly are all going to be at 100%. It's going to make for a more dynamic playing experience where everybody's just going to be full of energy, full of hype. But they're playing for like a half of a championship. It's just going to feel weird because never in the history of the sport have you had to play for a half a season to get the championship, with everybody being the top caliber athlete and just complete understanding of the sport at this level, at this time where everybody's a freak athlete, to go in and just go fucking toes to toes and just fucking ball out. It's never happened. It's just insane. I don't think there's any better way. Like, I couldn't come up with a way to have the NBA return. Like, limit some players. Like, that's not fair. Because all those players that were injured going into this part of the season that now aren't injured anymore, that now have no more injuries, are going to be able to play. It's just going to make a very, very, very interesting dynamic for this sport. And this is going to be one of those seasons that whoever wins it, everybody's going to be like, oh, it's going, there's going to be a bunch of memes. There's going to be a bunch of gifs about people kind of winning a half championship. It's going to be weird. You said having all those people in one location. COVID is still out there. Yeah, no, it is still out there. They're going to have to test, I'm pretty sure, every day, every game. 22 teams. You have 5 players from each team on the court at every time, and you're substituting each and every multiple times. Some people are playing, 40 minutes, whatever it is, an insane amount of numbers. Usually only the star athletes. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see what occurs. Who's gonna win it now? Because now it's like, are the Lakers better than the Clippers now? Now that the Clippers are gonna be full of energy, it's not gonna change for Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks, because they're already going into this season fucking the best team in the league. One of the, obviously not the best team all time. That's kind of like Golden State, and I fucking hate Golden State. And Chicago Bulls, but they are definitely the best team currently. So it's going to be an interesting situation where they're going to be better than they already were anyways. They were already better. They were already the best team. Now they're coming back with all their teammates 100%. That's not fair. That's not fair. And they beat the shit out of the Clippers bad. And that's my squad. They beat the brakes off of us. They gave the Lakers gave them a good. I'm pretty sure they might have evened out, or they had a losing record. But the only team to beat Milwaukee Bucks pretty handedly, decisively, was the Miami Heat. Miami Heat came in, and they're just meant to beat the top teams. That's all they're meant for. They're rough, they're rugged, they got great shots. They're a 3-point shooting team, a perimeter team. Man, they got movement. So, which team with a playoff spot is the most to play for during the seeding games? The Mavericks have already exceeded expectations with a 40-27 record. The Houston Rockets have a chance to win the whole thing, but if they slide 1.5 games back to number 7 seed, they could have to face the LA Clippers. Clippers are gonna beat the crap out of the Rockets. Yeah, Houston doesn't stand a chance against us if they have to take on the Clippers. Mavericks, the Miami Heat. If they can catch the Boston Celtics and grab the number 3 seed, and then the Boston goddamn Celtics, man. Now that they got Kemba Walker has some of the best handles in the game, street style handles, and he has found a way to kind of put that style into the NBA and make it so that he doesn't get called on travels and things like that, because he does it clean. He has the best handles. And Kemba Walker matching up with, his teammates, it just makes the Celtics another fantastic team in the East. But again, ain't nobody beating Milwaukee. Let's just be real. With everyone being 100%, I think we'll see who really is a great player. I don't know. It's just me. I don't watch sports. It's going to make for great games. They're going to be entertaining, because you're talking about putting in some of the most athletic people playing at 100% at the same time against each other, the superest of the superstars, all just mashing together at one time. Yeah, it's going to be phenomenal sportsmanship. It's going to be phenomenal athletically to watch. That's crazy shit, because these dudes have to be super athletic. They're up and down a court. They're twisting and turning their bodies in the air. On the ground. You know what I mean? They're making shots that they wouldn't normally probably have made toward the end of the season anyway, because they'd probably be tired. But now they're 100%, full of energy. Which play-in matchup would you want to see? Which team is not headed to Orlando do you find the most interesting this offseason? Golden State Warriors. Okay. Well, I don't like the Golden State Warriors, and I won't read about them. This is going to be the most grueling 3 months that players, team personnel, and league officials will go. Look, this is going to be the most grueling 3 months that players, team personnel, and league officials will go through in their NBA careers. They're going to play so hard. So hard. Consider these circumstances. Players have to work themselves back into shape after a 3-month layoff, play 8 games in a 2-week stretch, and live in a hotel for up to 3 months without interaction from the outside world. Whichever team wins it all will be a deserving, worthy champion with no seed for an asterisk. That's one way to look at it. And that's one way to end the NBA season. That's a good way to look at it. I like that. Oh, hold up. This guy's talking about my Clippers. The Clippers, Willie Friedel. Clippers will have a full, healthy roster and ability to play on a neutral floor throughout the playoffs, not needing to worry about the pro Laker crowds and potential conference finals matchups. This is their time to shine. I believe they will take full advantage of the opportunity. Imagine if the Clippers get a title. Ugh, everybody's going to hate it. People are going to hate it. They're going to hate my team because of that shit. They're like, this is the story season. But we ain't beating no fucking Milwaukee. Milwaukee's a juggernaut right now. All right, guys. Oh, yeah. And if you are going to watch the UFC tonight, let me know. Because I'm debating. I'm thinking about, do I watch Amanda Nunez versus Felicia Spencer? I'm pretty sure. I mean, the odds are crazy. Like, Amanda Nunez is a massive favorite to beat the crap out of Felicia Spencer, and I'm pretty sure that's how it's going to go down. Felicia Spencer took a one-sided drubbing from Cyborg Justino, but she did do damage in the first minute, right, of her fight against Cyborg, and that's the only reason she's getting this fight. But you're talking about Nunez, who beat the shit out of Cyborg, knocked her out. Cold, dog, cold. It's not. People talk about how they hate girl fights in the UFC because they don't have that one punch power. Amanda Nunez got it. She got it. Here we go. Let me see. Can't. Here you go. There you go. She got it. Right there. Brazil face right there. She got that one punch power. Oh, this girl fights. Hannah's, I beg to differ. Amanda Nunez fights. All right, guys. Well, with that, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream this morning. Thanks for guys for tuning in. As always, if you can't catch live here, go to YouTube, search in Neo Defective, and you can find this video either posted today or the next day for your viewing pleasure. And with that, stay dirty, humans.